Hi, it's Pam again. I'm at the Manitoba Institute of Culinary Arts. That's at our North Hill campus, and I'm currently in the Culinary Theater, which again is just one of these amazing spaces that we have hidden around our many campuses. And I just want to take a few minutes to talk about pronouns. I'm going to talk a little bit about, some of my own journey with my pronoun. And also, I want us to start thinking about how does making sure that we're using people's authentic pronouns part of creating respectful spaces for colleagues, peers, students. And if we think about our learn by doing type philosophy, how does this help us prepare our students so that they are employment ready? As we've been going through and pulling together all of the different resources and material for this module, one of the things that became really apparent to me is that I have privilege in that I have never really thought about my gender or my gender identity. And I've really appreciated the opportunity to sit back and think about what that really means. When we were talking about names and how we would never just assume somebody's name and say, oh, you look like a Frida, or pick any other name, because for all intents and purposes, that would be the same as just arbitrarily assigning a gender to somebody based on what you think that they look like, or assigning a pronoun more specifically. Because when we're talking about pronouns, it really has nothing to do with your sexual orientation. It has nothing to do with what your body looks like, your appearance, how you dress. A pronoun is a reflection of authentically who I think I am, or in the case of you, who you think you are. And nobody gets to assign that identity to me or to you. That's for us to decide for ourselves, because we know that, or we will come to know that as we go through our own personal exploration. So when I think about how does this create a respectful environment, and why is this important in our meeting spaces, our classrooms, whether that's a Zoom room or whether we're sitting in a traditional classroom with desks, or if you're sitting in a culinary theater watching chefs teach you how to prepare fabulous food. We all want to show up. We all want to be seen. We don't want to have to pretend to be somebody that we're not, just so that we feel accepted. So just like asking what somebody's name is, tell me about yourself, I'm interested in why you're interested in this program, starting to understand and open the door so that people know that they can share their pronoun with you, rather than just get stuck with the one that people choose to assign to them. That's an amazing way of creating a respectful environment. That's an amazing way of saying, I want to see you, the real you, show up every day, whether we're talking about a colleague or a student or a mentor or a family member. And when we're talking about employability skills, anybody who's seen me talk about Respectful College, you know that I think anything that has to do with respect dignity, inclusion. These are essential skills. It doesn't matter what your field, it doesn't matter what your industry. Employers want people who have social capacity, who can build teams, who can build community, who can build an environment where people feel safe to be themselves. And those types of communities don't just happen by saying, hey, come on in, we're inclusive. Those types of communities happen when we are intentional in how we create our space and how we communicate with other people. And that doesn't mean that there won't be slip-ups or mistakes. That's part of life. But every time we recognize something that we can do better, that's just part of our own mental list. We do that in every other area of our life. Why wouldn't we do this with how we communicate with the people that we see on a day-to-day basis, or even the people that we see in passing? How do we make sure that we see the person for who they are? I'm really excited to go through this module with you, learn more about pronouns. We're going to be focusing in on he, she, him, her, they, them, using pronouns as a person's name as their pronoun. But please just be aware of the fact that there are so many different ways that people can identify as, that sometimes we might be in a position to say, I don't know that pronoun. Can you tell me more about it? I'd like to know. I'm interested in you. Yeah, I'm interested in you. Looking forward to the discussion, because I really am interested in you, and I'm interested in knowing what you're thinking about and what you're learning about as we're going through these readings. Take care.